But to be honest, I have to tell you the truth. I was really scared.
Was you for Champions League final? You were scared.
I was really scared. I remember in training, I used to bully him most of the time because I'll smash him one more time. Ibrahimovic is that scary. He scares people. Even me, sometimes he scares me. Well, I hope Ibrahimovic is not going to see that because he's going to say, hey, yeah, me, I'm the GOAT.
Welcome to Rio Meets, presented to you by Qatar Airways, the world's best airline. Now stay with me to check out who's next on Rio Meets. Let's go.
Welcome along to another Rio Meets. I'm Rio Ferdinand, and every episode I'm going to be bringing you another huge name from the game that we all love. You can go back and find some of the biggest interviews that we've done in our time, David Beckham, Cristiano Ronaldo, but this time we have a guy, a giant of a player, one of the best to ever do it in midfield in the Premier League history, Mr. Yaya Toure. Oh, you're looking smart, my friend. Oh, very good. How's life?
Good, not bad.
This is you. This is Yaya. So, how are you?
I'm okay.
We were speaking yesterday about coaching. How are you enjoying it? Yeah?
Very good.
Saudi Arabia is treating you good?
Yeah, okay.
You want to be a manager, innit?
Definitely.
What's your style? Is it like the way your team played at City, Barcelona? Which type?
No, it's good. It's a mix, and intensity on the game. That's what I like the most. I want to see my team moving, going forward, and try to attack. But at the same time, I have to have the right balance between the lines and be competitive. To be honest.
Have you always wanted to be a coach, or it just came late in your career?
At some point, yes, because football give me all during my life, and when you end up the boats, sometimes it's difficult to find yourself, and you start to thinking 4, 5, 10 years before you stop the football. And I think going to that, it was good because I have the experience to work with brilliant people who, make me change my mind in the term of doing something and love something, And playing was one part. Now managing a group of players or a group of people, completely different.
Well, let's take it back to when you grew up. You in Ivory Coast as a young boy with your brother and your family.
Yeah.
Football in Africa. What was that like for you?
Happiness, freedom as well. This is the most important, And at the beginning in the street and back there in the country, it's just enjoy between friends, and sometimes we have some rewards when we win it. We have a trophy or little money, on top of it, and we enjoy it. It was very fun, to be honest.
I've been really lucky to be able to travel in different parts of Africa.
Yeah.
And I've always thought like the infrastructure for the young children to play structured football and then to get out and go to Europe and stuff would be a really tough journey.
Yeah.
What was it like for you?
For me, it was I think for me it was curiosity. And to be honest, like I try a lot of things, as a youngs, because I'm being able to school with my brother. Well, when it's not easy when you have someone in front of you and you have to follow the path as well, in terms of try to be better than him or be like him or follow
Kolo, you're talking
step.
about
Yes.
Kolo. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And it was not that easy, because Kolo is quite demanding and tough at some point.
So as a big brother, he put demands on you, pressure.
Yeah, because he knows pretty well what I wanted, and where we have to get to be in to succeed. Me as well. I'm coming from a family of 9 kids.
Wow.
2 sisters and 7 brothers. It's not that easy.
Fighting.
yeah, definitely. In Africa, that's especially in Africa, that's working very well there.
So with that said, does that put extra pressure on you to go and try and become a footballer, not just because of your passion, but also to provide?
Your brothers have other occupation in their lives, and you as well. When you start to get your step out from the house, you need to come back with something, and you have to come in and say something to the family and say like you done that or you done that, all the time is quite complicated, and when you have such a big family, especially when you are the last.
You was youngest?
Yeah.
Oh, you must have had some
Between
big slaps.
Yeah.
Yeah?
You can imagine. When I do wrong things, it's complicated.
Yeah. It's crazy because obviously my brother played football as well. I was the older brother. And
I know.
I pressure him as well. So I understand the dynamics. You had Gary Neville, Phil Neville.
Yeah.
Has that followed you all your career, thinking about your older brother, wanting to impress him and make him proud and stuff?
Yeah, definitely. Because first of all, starting with Kolo, it was not that easier. Because Kolo, we're going through same academy, same path. And when he was at academy, I was at academy with him. And he always have to look after me and look at my footsteps what I do. Sometimes because he was the first generation, I was the second generation because of the age difference. And when sometimes you finish training, you have to look at my training, and you're always like doing better. And I'm not surprised when sometimes you have an interview and he was talking to the media about I will be better than him because he know what I do. Of course, I was at time a bit lazy and hard work, But with the ball, I was different, to be honest. And he appreciate that.
When you was younger, you didn't work as hard as maybe you could, do you think? Why was that?
Yeah, no, physically. Because I know I didn't like the hard work, in terms of running, endurance, because, football endurance is very important. And when I was age of 12, 13, I have been able to work hard. Because normally in the academy, the step was clear, like 5 a.m. in the morning, I have to wake up and walk in my physical part. And 10 is with the group, is collective. And 4 is a collective. And that one, I have to do that every day for a month and years. It was incredible.
So from when you hit 12, 13 years old, this is when you changed?
I started. And sometimes when people will see me in the Premier League or in Spain, passing people, they will say, like, oh, he's a beast. Because that's a long walk, for 6, 7 years, doing that every day. And I remember one time when I have to miss the training in the early morning, I end up crying because that one I was doing that with my brother as well, Kolo. He put me on it, to be honest. He's the one because
he shows you.
Yeah, because we have to, because that's the level, that's the mentality, Hard work as well, but consistency, discipline. It was the main things, to be honest.
And I looked at, obviously the New Year's coming, I looked at your journey and the countries that you've played in. So you said people see you in Spain and people see you in the Premier League. But your journey before that, you had to go to so many countries. I see Belgium, Ukraine, Greece, France, before you came to Spain and England, and then you went to China. But that journey, talk me through how you enjoyed it, what it was like for you, but also the difficulties.
It was difficult because it was hard in terms of culture, adaptation, language.
Young boy from Africa.
Yeah, because that's my resilience as well, to be honest, because I would say to myself, how did I do that? The beginning was quite tougher.
Yeah, and I can see your face straight away when you think about your time in Ukraine and Greece. What was the difficult moments there you had? If you can give us examples.
Sometimes it was difficult in terms of what we play. You have to play away, and people are not using to see the different player color, And that was in the beginning, 2005, 2006, like that, Fans boo you or do some stuff like racist, And sometimes you have to face people in the street with racist, it's quite complicated.
And you're on your own.
Yeah, and you're on your own. And you have to grow down and understand that. And that, I think that's give me as well a strength to carry on, and just overcome a lot of difficulty, not only in the football aspect, but in the normal aspect. After football, when you have to get back to your apartment by yourself and walking through the street and try to buy some stuff for yourself and make yourself comfortable and living is quite difficult, demanding. Yeah.
There'll be young black boys, black girls around the world now that will be experiencing something like you've experienced when you was younger. What kind of things would you say they could do to make themselves feel more comfortable or feel better or get themselves through these situations that you've done?
What is your objective? What is your idea, And instead of focus on it, just focus on why you're coming to do it. Because as we understand it, is that exists everywhere, you know, because sometimes I see people try to fight that and try to respond and try to make those things stop it. But to be honest, it's not going to work. It's going to be very difficult, you know, because I've been seeing people giving ideas about education, about some part. We have some good people in this world, but sometimes as well, we have some people who are negative. It's about what you come in for, what you're doing, and what is your objective. For me, was the point. That's why I get away from that, because soon after I received that, my mood changed for a couple of seconds. But after that, I go down to what I come for.
Football.
You know, football, focus on it, and try to be better. You know.
Just your brother, you talk so much about your brother, and I saw a quote when you was very young. He said, "You will be the new Patrick Vieira," and Arsene Wenger tried to sign you in Europe, but he came close, no?
Yeah, very close.
What was Did you go there Did you play there on trial or anything? Like
Yeah. Try for 6 months.
Whoa, that's a long trial.
Yeah, it was a lot.
How did Arsene Wenger not sign you, man?
Yeah, no, because in the beginning, I think the problem was the paperwork, because at that time, when I remember, it was you have to play 75% on the national team if you don't have the European passport, or you have to have a European passport to play in England. And that was the part. And Arsene was willing to let me go back to Belgium to carry on for, I think, 1 more year or 2 years to get the Belgian passport, because at that time I was not playing a national team, A team. And me in my mind, I was like, it's time for me to go abroad, take myself, and try something different. And it was from that period I've been sold to Ukraine. And I was started to get a bit frustrated, because for me it was a bit of fail, because I didn't make it. But in the end, it was that difficult because my mind was divided, you know, I didn't want to get a passport to get it. I wanted to be able as well to play for my national team. But that time I was very young. I was a very experienced player at that time. There was to find a place for me was difficult.
So you end up at Barcelona.
Oh, yep.
I can see the mood change straight away. And I've seen you down there with Mascherano and Puyol. I can see that connection you guys have. You had so much success. What's it like for you, young Yaya Toure, to walk in to the training ground at Barcelona amongst these great players?
Oh, it was in the beginning. It was a dream come true, to be honest, because I dreamed that when I was in academy, young with my brother Kolo, we used to watch Canal Plus. Canal Plus is like a bit Sky Sports, and we watching a lot of games, and we were able to watch Madrid, Barcelona, all these big teams. And I always told myself the perfect football. From my point of view was Barcelona. You know, the way they were playing, because an academy were being educated to play in that kind of football. You know, Tiki-Taka.
Back in Ivory Coast, that's the way you were playing. Nice.
Yeah, because the academy was impressive, and and as well the mentality, the philosophy was the same, you know. And for me, going to Europe, I have one time to play for Barcelona, you know, and that was the dream. When I arrived there, people was thinking it's something lucky or something, but me, I was already prepared for that.
How old was you when you walked in there?
No, when I walked in there, I was 26. I was getting closer, and it was a incredible journey, you know what I mean? Because I was with experienced player like Edmilson, Thiago Motta, and as well with Xavi, Iniesta, Samuel Eto'o, Thierry Henry was there as well, Abidal, Puyol was there, Marquez. You know, it was, of course, I was amazed, you know, be around those kind of players.
Which player stood out for you? Which player stood out in terms of you when you got there? You went, I watched you on TV, but I didn't expect this.
Samuel Eto'o, Thierry Henry.
Yeah,
Samuel Eto'o, Thierry, because Samuel Eto'o was Africans first, and about Thierry Henry, I was using to see me, and it was a great Thierry Henry from Premier League, you know, from Arsenal, you know, and play with him, share the dressing room with him. Give me a lot, you know what I mean? Because in terms of ambition, in terms of desire, in terms of commitment, see those guys doing the things. I think it's that kind of mentality of attitude I brought that to Man City. And try to be able to replicate that with a different player, you know.
So Samuel Eto'o and Thierry, they give you the mentality.
Give you the mentality. Xavi, even Puyol as well, all of them. Because all of them at that point, they were like, okay, if I can say that, superstar already. When I compare myself to them, you know, because they already achieved. They're already winning stuff. They're winning trophies. They've been in the dressing room with the top player, for example, Samuel Eto'o, he's been in the dressing room with Madrid. Thierry Henry has been in the dressing room with Beckham. So those players have been in the dressing room with him, if I can say that, because he was that good. And Good Johnson as always coming from Chelsea. He have already experience.
And it's crazy because we went to a Champions League final, unfortunately, and played against you and your team, this great team. But the mad thing is you played centre-back that day.
Yeah.
And I actually thought, Yaya's playing centre-back. He can't do that. He was unbelievable.
Of course, I have the courage, of course. But to be honest, I have to tell you the truth. I was really scared.
Was you? For Champions League final, you were scared?
I was really scared because, first of all, it was the final. We played against a great team, second and third. It was my first time to play centre back
in a Champions League final.
Champions League final, you know. If we lost it, we would be not inexperienced player was there. Player were a very young age at that position, and it was all going down to me, for example, because I remember the meeting we have and Samuel Eto'o was there, and I remember Samuel Eto'o touched my knee and we said, "Yeah, you don't play there. You can't play there. It's impossible." And I have to say, okay, looking Busquets and I look at, I said, no, you can't play there. Busquets was like, no, but maybe, but the coach at that period was saying like, maybe, but can you do it because you have a physical and you have the size, you're big, you're strong, you maybe play there because as well you're fast, maybe play there. And what after that, visionaries, Cristiano Ronaldo, Rooney, and that time I take it like a sacrifice, you know, because all my career I never played there. I play a lot of position, number 10, number 8, 6. I play a lot of roles, you know, and but this position, especially in Barcelona, never, you know. And it was quite a bit a risk, to be honest, because if we lost that, it can stay in my mind. If you are making mistakes, and the mistakes come from me and we lost it, can go because we play against experienced player of United. United that period, we was already played the final already in Russia against Chelsea.
We were the favourites.
Yeah, and you were as well, you know. Lucky for us, Scholes was not involved. And Fletcher was not involved in that period as well, because I think because those players can put a ball behind me, and that was the problem, you know. And I get in with it, and I accept the responsibility. I was happy to do it because for me, going down to football, when you have a teammate around you, need you in some part of the field, I always feel comfortable, happy to do it.
That's a great example for young players as well, because some players think, I'm only going to play this position.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
but you have to be willing to be open.
Definitely.
Where does that team rank in the great teams that you played for? Would it be the best team you played for, do you think? Or?
Definitely the best one.
Yeah?
Best one.
Wow.
Yes. Because in that period, 2009, it was Iniesta and his prime, Xavi and his prime. Messi was at his prime as well. Samuel Eto'o was at his prime. Thierry Henry was a more experienced because he already proved himself a lot. He win World Cup, Euros. He did unfortunately not the Champions League with Arsenal, but he come in and he complete that with us as in Barcelona. And the form we got, and this year was incredible. I think this year, 2009, we win all the trophies possible. And it was 6 trophies in 1 year. It's incredible, you know.
Wow.
And this team was, I think for me, the team was perfect.
You mentioned Xavi and Iniesta being in their primes. What was so good about these guys? Because everyone you talk to want to hear about these guys. Give me some special kind of what was.
No, the training. They never lost the ball. The training, the application, the dedication, the simplicity and the honesty they have. And on top of that, the humble. Because sometimes I remember I have to laugh of them when we come into training. About sometimes they dressed.
The way they dress.
The way they dress. They dress so simple, you know. They have to dress in Adidas or Nike because because Iniesta at that time he was wearing, he was a Nike sponsoring, and Xavi was Adidas.
Free clothes. Yeah.
And that was me. And I take that as well with me. When I went to Manchester, to City, to Manchester, I went to City. I was able to put my every day, and people would say, "Did you have a clothes?" Yeah. I said, "I have clothes for free. I wear that." But it was incredible because those guys and Iniesta, I remember this guy is amazing, so quiet. Sometimes you can sit in the same area with him and you forget him because he don't say nothing. And
he
always
big on the pitch.
He's really good on pitch, really, really good. And I remember in training, I used to bully him most of the time because because I'm big. Yeah. I'll smash him one more time. But he was that kind of guy where he never bounced back. Like when you provoke him or bully him, he's fine with it. And that's that atmosphere you have it between us. We have it between us and the training. Even in the team, it was great, and that explain how many champions you have in this pitch? Because I think for me the success of this team was on every position and around the field. He was captain or top leader in there, and we were able to challenge ourselves and in the right manner and the right moment to just go in top of the game again.
You said it was a young Messi when you was there at Barcelona at these times. Did you see greatness immediately?
Oh yeah, in training.
Give me some examples.
In training, he was able to make us suffer, if you can say that. Like getting the ball. We have to be able to go on our tour on him, and it was incredible because I remember one time we were training. It was like 6v6 small side of the pitch. And the training was pressing, high pressing, and the half of the pitch. Just pass me so easy, Don't even touch the ball because he drive the ball and he was able to pass us so easily, And after that, when we get in the dressing room, some of the player was trying to love it about that, but. We were saying, okay, we try to find a way to, saying he's too small. It's easy for him to get it because he have the agility. We have to go down and just try to contract with him. But he's always difficult to play against him.
He's gone on to do crazy stuff. Like was that expected of him within Barcelona?
In 2007, my first year in Barcelona, it was very, very tough in terms of game, in terms of winning. We have to win. We have to, because the team was complete, because in that period was Deco there, Ronaldinho there. And I see Ronaldinho always behind him, try to protect him in terms of when opponent want to beat him up or smash him up, he always get in there. Not only Ronaldinho, even Eto'o as well. Even Thierry Henry some period as well was doing that. Because everyone was protecting him because we know he was a talented player, and we know it was gold for this club. And for us, sometime when he get injury, it was difficult because he was willing at time when team was able in that period to press Barcelona. We give him the ball. He's already job done. We're happy when we face opponent will press us higher.
Yeah. Because
when they press us higher, it's like coming 1v1, and we straight away don't thinking try to give him the ball. Anyway he's. But after that, when we play team, we start to play team where they wait us a little bit behind in the middle of the park. It's coming difficult because we have to take the ball and forward to him is quite demanding. But anyway, Messi is Messi.
You mentioned Ronaldinho there.
Yeah.
Which one is your favorite, Ronaldinho or Messi?
First of all, me as well, when I start to train with him in the beginning, it was normal.
Who, Ronaldinho?
Ronaldinho, yeah, it was normal. But it comes to the point where he said to you, yeah, if you come too much, if you come to press to me too close, be careful. I'm gonna make you I said, nah, what are you talking about?
No.
But anytime I come close, he did it.
Through the legs?
Yes, and I said, and I have to smash him because at that time, on that period, we were like a physical player, me, Seydou Keita, and Abidal, we were like physical. And even Thierry, because Thierry was tall as well, coming from Arsenal. Because sometimes when we have to go to the dirty, like a physical, engage, we were the one who are willing to do it. It was easy for us. But the other one, like Xavi, Iniesta, that's why we were a complete team in that period, Barcelona, you know, because when we play against physical team, we have a couple of players there can respond. When you go like technical, like the player who can make the difference with the control, the dribbling, and open up the games, you go into Iniesta, Xavi, Messi. And that was that, you know, and being there with Ronaldinho, it was that good to tell you have to be careful. And when he tell you, he did it, and he was incredible.
I'd love to have been able to say, listen, if you come near me and press me, I'll beat you.
Yeah.
That's just like super strength, that is.
Oh yeah, he was able to say what he sees and what is gonna happen. And when it happened, you just amazed.
So fantastic, great era at Barcelona. How does the Man City move happen and why?
I think with Barcelona, I got everything. You know, like I win everything. Club World Cup, Champions League, Cup, Copa del Rey, La Liga, Super Cup in Europe as well. Yeah. It was 6. And my game time was coming low and lower. And it was end up, and for me, it was a great window about the World Cup coming in 2010 in South Africa. I knew I was going to play because I have the full confidence, trust on the coach, and the manager. And after that, I knew if you had played that competition, the World Cup, you will be club coming. And I was patient, you know. And as soon Man City come, Chelsea was there as well. And for me, it was the right moment to move. And it happening when my brother got the phone and called me, okay, yeah, I signed for Man City. And I want you to come there. And I have the feeling straight away, you know, because being at Arsenal, I've been able to share the dressing room and the training with Patrick Vieira, Kolo, my brother, and Adebayo, when I left, Adebayo came, but Adebayo, we have this sense because we're African, we have this feeling, this...
so the African influence was a big influence.
Yes, as well. Robinho was there as well, Tevez, you know, there was some great player there already. But the most African, and my brother especially, and Patrick Vieira to have the feeling, because Patrick Vieira, like I said in the beginning and the interview, he was my idol. And for me, going there, it was much easier, you know. Yeah, for me, it was another challenge, because what I see in Barcelona, I will try to replicate it, because Barcelona, when I was there, I was able to see in the cabinet on the training ground of Barcelona, such of Rivaldo, Romario, Ronaldo, you know, all the best player who've been going through these clubs. The memory was there, and the cabinetry and trophies as well. And I want to do that. And for me, Chelsea was difficult, because Chelsea, they already have experience. They already have past with the best players and winning trophies, Europe and normal and club as well. Man City don't have that. And for me, it was the right things, because in that period, the club was willing to spend, bring in superstar, change the club differently. And it was easy when you see that. You see the owner was like, we want to bring this player, we want to make that happen. We want to eliminate it. Man City United.
Big challenge.
It was great for me. And my brother on top of it, it was like being an academy, because when I was in academy with my brother, he was all the time on my back of me. I say, yeah, you have to do this. Yeah, you have to be perfect. And I knew going there is going to be the same, but another way. Because
What changed when you went? Because you've won everything, you're experienced now. What changes now you go into there with your brother compared to when you was young?
I was coming with when I said I don't want to say knowledge, but I said coming with experience and trophies mentality, winning mentality, trophies. You know, because Barcelona use every year to win trophies. Man City at that period, no. They brought some different players to just try to mix that together and try to get a team of it and get the trophy of it. And it was exciting at the time, you know, because of course a little bit difficult, because Patrick Vieira was going to this end of his career in that period. It was not the great one we know, unfortunately. But at least you have the mentality, you have the desire, and as well he was accompanying all the young players who come in there, to Man City and that period, like Silva, Balotelli, all of us. And that was the plus. There was a plus, you know, because my brother, Vieira, Adebayo, all those players, they were with the plus on it, because coming there, I knew I will do something, but at what point, you know?
You're
because
not sure how or what.
yeah, because when I arrived there, the first time I have my first contact with the journalists in England, I was amazed, because they were like, "This is United, control it, sit Manchester United, the best team. How are you gonna do that by yourself? Why you leave Barcelona to here?" Because people, what they don't really understand, because some of them was thinking about money straight away, but they didn't know. For me, first of all, was about football first. Second, I know my game time in Man City and Barcelona was done, and I have to move on. And Man City give me the key to be able maybe to discuss with some of the people on the board, and said, because there was, in that period, there was the period where they were asking me, "Yeah, which player you wanted?" Because of my experience, my knowledge.
They would say to you,
they
like,
was
with
asking me,
recruitment, listen, who do you think would be good for us?
That's it.
Wow. So which
And
players was you saying?
I saying Aguero, Samir Nasri, Silva as well.
Wow.
I was mentioning. Jacob was a club part, was a border. A lot of players, you know. I've been able to there, because there was that trust, that
You had
belief.
big influence as well. Huh?
That's it, you know. And that's, of course, I was very pleased of it, and that's why I take it as well personal, and that's at some point, because be willing to go in some clubs, and the clubs border be willing to come to you, ask you your knowledge, your experience about players. You know, it's not something easy to do it, you know.
It doesn't happen a lot.
Or it's not happen at all, if you can say that, you know. And Man City doing that, that's where I was feel privileged and respected in that point, and I was like willing to do more and more, you know.
In the list of the greatest midfielders in the Premier League, where would you put yourself? And we talk about your idol, Vieira. You've got Roy Keane. You've got Lampard, Gerrard, Scholes.
Yeah.
De Bruyne is now coming in that conversation. Where do you put yourself? Don't be humble.
I try to be honest as much, because last time I was watching a video of me in the YouTube.
You watch YouTube videos, yeah?
Yes. No, because I have time. I come in, I watch it there. You know, like I want to see, because now I retire. Now I'm coaching, because I was in Saudi with players, because I'm working with Man City and Saudi in the national team, and I have three players, midfielder. I want to, you know, try to talk with them, try to help them through the journey.
Wait.
Yeah.
Let me just. So you're trying to tell some other midfielders, but this is what I want you to do. Watch me.
No, like that.
like that.
No, like that. Not that point. Like try to show them some videos of Iniesta's, of Xavi's, the vision. You know, before receive the ball, get the information before receive the balls, because all of that you have to get it. But those players, they don't understand that. You have to go to the basics, and sometimes those players, why they like it, they like to see the big players doing that, and they're like, okay, they get their understanding. And when I go to the videos, I put the Xavi Iniesta, and I see my name close there. You know, like, okay, I was there. And after that, I have a click to say, okay, I'm gonna watch that later, because someone make a great, because those people are fans. Because those are fans. Like for me, it's fans, because someone sit at his home, try to take all the small part of your games and put that in videos of 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It's crazy, you know. For me, it's crazy.
So
definitely.
When you saw it, what were you thinking? Ooh.
I look at it, I say, wow, this is incredible. Yes. No, and it's really real. Big Brother is incredible. And I feel myself, I say, oh, I was that good. And I think, and after I say, yeah, when people tell me I don't have enough respect or underrated, because some of them, the videos are underrated players. I say, and on my continent, I win 4 Ballon d'Or. They respect me in Africa. But when he say underrated, I was say, talking about being in Europe. Yeah. Because I see sometimes some pawning and the media talking about, Yaya Toure is not doing that, he's not running, he's not doing that. Those people, maybe, I don't know. I feel sorry sometimes. They don't understand it, you know, because some of them have been footballer or ex-footballer. Some of them none, and they don't
Because
understand
that was stuff that was said about you. Sometimes you hear some
Definitely.
people go, "Oh, he doesn't run enough, or
Yeah.
he doesn't defend enough." What
Yeah.
did you used to think when you see like pundits or in the media like that? What did you used to think?
Sometimes what I said to myself is, first of all, his opinion, yes, but sometimes it's lack of understanding.
Yes.
You know, I turn off the TV. I don't watch it. I watch it from my feet, from my watch,
Mm.
from my phone, and only the score line.
Mm.
Because sometimes they call him talking nonsense for me, in my opinion. I'm sorry to say that, but that's the reality.
But where do you put yourself? You got away from my question.
Yeah.
Where do you put yourself in this?
I think up there, to be honest.
Yeah.
If you have to be honest with myself, up there, because
Who's your top three then?
my top 3 best midfielder, of course, was Gerrard, Lampard, Vieira. Those 3 was amazing.
Gerrard, Lampard, Vieira. In that order?
That
Which order?
That order.
Who's number one?
Even number 1, you can go of schools, you know, schools. This little man, if I can say that.
He was a joke, and he was a good player.
I play against him. I face him. And that age, 34, 35, something like that. United, he was a great player, you know, because Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Vieira, those 3, wow, they were good. They were really, really good.
Obviously, Man United, the red side, my side, we were the more dominant side at that time.
Yeah.
When did you feel you started to get some power in the city?
I think it's after the semi-final, because before the semi-final and the FA Cup, we've been able to face you twice in the league, and it was we could battle. And you remember, I don't want to say back to the other way, but I think after the semi-final and the FA Cup 2011, from that period, we started to believe in ourselves. We started to understand it, how much it takes, and as well with a lot of course, player coming, instead of Aguero, Checo, Balotelli, because Tevez was already there. And Tevez as well was like someone, of course, in training he was not the best, but he was the one with the mentality. We're like, guys, because he always saying that in dressing room, guys, when I was United, the player like Rio Ferdinand, all that, well, that's what they do. Yeah, guys, we have to do more, and that's
every day in training.
Yeah, training, even in the games, and everywhere, even in the dressing room where we sat, we have a meal together, and after the training, it was like dedication, it was application and discipline, you know, because of course when the clubs have to come in, their clubs, before coming to that period, you have a lot of things going through, you know. We have players who are not focused enough. We have players who are not competent enough. We have players who don't have the right mentality. And some of us in the dressing room, we try to control that by, you know what I mean?
Who are those guys? You, Tevez?
Company. Because Company was there as well. Lescott was someone very important for me as well. My brothers, Patrick Vieira as well. And it was like a lot of character like that in this dressing room. We were trying to control, but after that, you know, when Balotelli arrived, it was a big mess. A lot of problems.
What was he like? What was he?
Because
I love him. I had arguments with him. We had battles on the pitch.
You're always gonna have it with Balotelli, definitely. At some point, to be honest, because he was that guy where you have to be. He's nice, guys. You know, very kind. But at some point, when his head goes off, he goes off. You know, and sometimes he's unfortunate, to be honest, because I love him. Yeah, he's innocent all the time. He's always innocent in the things, but when the thing happening, he's on it. You know, he's involved, and that's sometimes I was surprised. Say, Mario, you was sitting there. How you end up sitting there and you have a problem in there?
Yeah.
Go back in your seat. He said, "Oh yeah, I don't know, but
where should he have got to ability wise? With the ability, what was his ability like? You've mentioned the players that you've shared dressing rooms with.
Yeah.
When I speak to people about Balotelli, they say, "Listen, this guy's ability is crazy, man."
None of the coach have been able to control him, unfortunately. Even we fail him at some point, you know, because he can make mistakes, he can take red cards, he can do wrong things. But we have to be able to look after him most of the time but we didn't do that. But me, myself, as I know about Mario, is I know when he coming to get on some point of his games, you have to be like coming hungry or nervous. It's like people like, because when you too relax and happy, he's not gonna do nothing, you know. You have to push him and his end, like make him hungry at some point to take all this from him, you know. And for me, Balotelli, of course, I feel very sorry people didn't see all this ability, because in training we've been seeing so incredible ability in there, you know, dribbling, shooting, being able to shoot from the middle pack sometimes to score goals, because they have that crazy shot on him. His power and his feet, and he's quite fast and he's a good dribbler. People will see him a little bit like that. He beat Ibrahimovic, you know, in the craziness and the ability as well on the pitch. But I hope Ibrahimovic is not going to see that, because he's going to say, hey, yeah, me, I'm the God. Ibra as well is someone very funny.
Yeah,
I've been shared dressing room with him. I'll forget to mention him, but this one as well give me a lot of strength as well, because when I was listening sometime, Ibrahimovic is talking in the training and training or and the pitch, I'm amazed. You know, this guy is. I think he lives in another world.
Well, you need characters like this.
Yeah, you need sometimes.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Because me, sometimes I was feeling like those guys, gosh, where they coming from? You know, because they live in a different world. But it's nice.
No, it is. And you guys eventually win the league and you start winning trophies. What sense of pride did you take in that, given that you took a big jump from Barcelona?
Yeah.
Nothing was guaranteed.
Yeah.
A lot of money investment, but also recruitment of players. What did that make you feel as being part of a new team to win things?
I was so proud. Not on the money, not on the things, but the trophies. Because I all the single trophies and the small one, you know, we're able to have that. You know, the Premier League, the small one.
Yeah, your own one. You get your own personal one.
Yeah, I have that in my home, and I always all the time put in there and look at it for every day when I come in from training, and I look at that all the time. Sometimes I sit on that, I have a couple of tea and look at it. Because people, the way they was criticized, the way, of course, there is their opinion, but I was saying myself like, whoa, I did it, but in a different way. And that what make me most proud, you know.
People expect you to win it at Barcelona.
Yeah.
They didn't expect you to win it at Man City. That's the difference, isn't it?
No, and Man City, it was that the point like, oh, this one, because I was saying all the time to the media, like, I'm coming to win. I want to achieve trophy, and I'm going to be the first to make it now. People were saying, Rubinho coming, Bayo coming, Vieira coming. It was the same. But me, I put myself on it that much, then people don't realize it, you know. Like I said to you in the beginning about I've been able to be listened by the important influential people in the clubs to choose players, who's going to come or who's not going to come. And that will make me feel like, okay, I did it, but in the way, because I know it's not going to be, I'm not going to be alone, by the way, doing myself, because it's the game we play with 11 players, you know, and I need the 11 players. But to be able to get players, right players around, you know.
Huge achievement.
Yeah, it's a huge achievement as well.
And unfortunately, we've come to the point in the interview where I've got to speak about that goal, the Aguero goal.
Yeah.
And you guys won the league. We thought we won the league.
I can see you're not happy with it.
Yeah, it hurts still. What was that like for you guys? Don't take too long.
I think the first part we were winning. The first part, first half we were winning. And after I got injury, hamstring, I was in a dressing room winning, looking the games. It was, I think, the most stressful game I never witnessed in my career, you know. Yeah. Because after that, I feel for the fans. I see the fans, what they feel. When you're out of the pitch, you can't, you stress. The stress is incredible. The level of stress, anxiety, I don't know, maybe 100 to none. It's incredible. I was that like, how are we going to do that? Until the last minute, you know. Okay, when Jaco scored, that was okay. I knew we were going to equalize it, 100% for the 2-2. But the third goal, it was incredible, because this was what I coming for, you know. Win the league, And the first trophy was very important. But as well, of course, the FA Cup was important, that important. But the Premier League was very important for the build-up for the rest of what happened, what you can see in Man City now.
Was that one of the best feelings you had in your career?
Definitely. Because our winning trophy was in Greece, our winning trophy in Barcelona, but the Premier League one, 2011, 12, it was that one, because that lift everything. That make the people working in a club believe and create that. Try to create that momentum again to carry on because you guys United was unplayable, to be honest, in terms of achievement. Because sometimes we see United start slowly, but we knew you guys you can make 10 games in a row unbeatable. But we have some period where if we lost it, we can lose in a row. And getting that back again will be difficult.
Yeah.
And was the mentality, because
pressure.
That's the pressure you put on us, and as well, we put it, Man United, sometimes, some part of the dress room, saying that that's the mentality those guys have it.
Oh, so you used us.
We used that, you know what I mean? Because in Barcelona as well, we got that. But on the manner of playing good football, because Barcelona is not winning to winning, is winning with style. But Man City, we have to win, but not with style. We have to win. And after that, I have to have the teammate around like Vieira, Kolo, who are winning, or used to win as well. Because this mentality as well was fundamental, because Arsenal unbeaten team, because was Patrick Vieira there, Kolo was there as well. Those two as well was very, very important.
My last question, we always ask all the guests that come on. Your best, if you had a five-a-side team of the best players you played with, no goalkeepers.
Yeah.
Who would your five-a-side team be the best that you played with? Because I've already heard some crazy names. Yeah,
me as well. I've been lucky to being able to share dressing room and pitch with those incredible players. If you tell me five, it's a very, very difficult one. Because I've been blessed. Puyol, I have Alves as well. No, I don't know. It's very, very difficult.
You need to give me five. Beckham's team was crazy. But I think your team might be able to get up there.
Yeah, definitely, because mine is incredible.
The best five players you played with, if you can give me. Come on. Messi has to be in there, surely.
Yeah, he's there, 100%. 100%. Okay, I try my best. Puyol, I can go with striker.
Anything you want.
Now, because I'm coaches now, I try to balance the team. You know what I mean. But if I go crazy, I can go striker or things like that. Okay. Samuel Eto'o, because he can run everywhere. He can do everything. Drogba in the peak, because he can score goals. He can.
What was great about Drogba? What was great about these two players? Yeah,
it's incredible, because the fellow African, but they are my big brother as well. They're amazing. They've been achieved a lot. Messi, Iniesta, and Thierry Henry. You can say that.
Oh, that's a big team,
I can put
that's a big
Ibrahimovic on it as well. He have a lot.
Ibrahimovic, where did you play him?
In Barcelona, 2010.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I played only one last season with him before I left.
Why did it work there for him?
No, I think in terms of, Ibrahimovic have a lot of character, He's a great player, I think he fell up with the manager as well at some point, because it's only the manager cannot put him. And this kind of player, if you don't put him, for sure it's going to be a war,
Yeah.
And I remember he been doing a lot of crazy things in the dress room sometime, when he didn't play.
Like what? Like mashing the dressing room?
Yeah, he messed up that. He said, the coach is going to come in. He will see with me. Why he didn't play me? He shoot the things and they go close to the manager. The manager look at him and walk another way.
Wow.
Ibrahimovic is that scary. He scare people. Even me, sometimes he scare me. Sometimes
he's scaring grown men.
Yeah, this guy can take the shit out of him. He's incredible. Sorry about the word, but he's that man, because he does everything.
He wants to play. He wants to play.
He wants to play. I've been seeing Ibrahimovic playing sometime in the Premier League when he was at United. He get to shock with the defender. He fight with them. And this guy is amazing, And he's a great teammate. Great teammate. He's good character. He's good mentality. He's a good heart as well. But I don't know sometimes where he get it. you already get that from like, I'm the gods, I'm the that, that.
And to finish off, we spoke earlier about you coaching and your aspirations to become a manager. How do black coaches get more opportunities in the game, do you think?
People have been questioning this, have the mark that don't have a lot of coaches, black coaches in the industry because of lack of badges. I think it's wrong, because me, I've been doing my badges in England, and all my fellow companion with me, we've been doing the badges coaches, is I think half of them are black, sorry. The problem is the opportunity is not there, that's the problem, We don't have a lot of trust, but of course, I want the things to change going forward. And I don't want to give up for that. It's always going to be a talking point or a stopping point on saying like, okay, this has happened, this is not happened. But for me, I want to be the person who believe, and I believe on it. It's gonna happen at some point.
I admire your kind of attitude in that you're a doer.
Thank you.
You want to do it. You're not going to talk about it or shout it. You want to say, listen, I'm going to be the example. I'm going to go there and do that. So listen, man, good luck on the journey.
Thank you very much.
I'll be supporting you from afar.
Thank you very much.
Not your Man City side, but I'll support you. All right. Well, good to see you, man.
Soon you're gonna see me in England. Soon, later.
Well, good luck.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Been a pleasure.